All right, Coach, got Michigan State coming in tomorrow night. You had a couple Big Ten teams play here last year, and there was a great atmosphere. Can you just talk about, what you're looking for tomorrow night, just in terms of atmosphere and there's usually a little more energy and Cochrane Field for.
Yeah, I think
fans.
the community, Bowling Green is a community, BGSU is a school, and our players certainly enjoy when we get the big conference teams in, the Ohio States, Michigan State. So we've had some good battles and some good attendances in the past with Michigan State, so we're looking forward to it tomorrow night.
Yeah, you led into my next question. You've had some really tight battles with these guys the last couple years. Really, since you've been here, I think all the matches have been pretty close. What kind of things are you looking for? Like what needs to happen, I guess, for Bowling Green to get a result tomorrow night?
Michigan State's good, as always, very well coached. Got good players. They have a good plan. They've only conceded one goal this year, I believe.
Yeah.
So I think to get a result, certainly we're going to have to score. But they're a handful, particularly on set pieces. So I think seeing if we can neutralize that somehow and staying in the game as long as we can.
And then we talked about this a little bit after the Eastern Illinois game, but it feels like you've been in a lot of close games the last few years, but it just feels like this year you're finding a way to get a result. Where last year there were a lot of times game ended up in a draw. For however that's happened, you've a lot of those close games have turned into late goals and wins here. Last couple games at home, Pat scored late. Is that anything is there anything different? Is that just a product of keep working hard, try to put it on frame, and good things will happen?
Seems like we have a bit more concentration on the final third and finishing our chances. From a coaching standpoint, we're talking about that a lot more. We felt like we created so many chances last year and didn't get them. But then even from a personnel standpoint, you bring in a Pat Flynn, obviously is very good at scoring, but just the standards that these guys hold themselves to, even certainly in the games, but even in training, just their finishing is solid. So I think we're just a little bit more efficient in the final third, which is always going to give you a chance.
And then I wanted to ask you about the guys in the back as well. You've got a few guys. Jake Genrich has started pretty much since he's gotten here. Max started nearly every game last year. Some other guys, John Cummer, Jacob Roth played, but didn't play a ton last year. And then Nick didn't play at all. You've got a mix of some guys that have been with the program, but maybe not had a ton of experience before this year. Can you just kind of talk about how those guys are coming together in the back? And I know there's other guys off the bench and midfielders and things, but can you just talk about kind of your defensive core back there?
Yeah,
how they've been?
Well, when you're talking about the guys that didn't play or returning guys who aren't starters, I guess you start with John Cummer. He feels like a starter. He's certainly a veteran. He's been around a long time, and although I don't think he was a consistent starter, he played very significant minutes, and he's an absolute leader back there, a guy who's making big-time plays, and that doesn't surprise anyone. And then really, Roth's got some serious weapons. He's still got some gaps in his game that we want to fill in, but he's making progress. That's not a surprise. He's doing well. And then Nick, we've known for several years that he was going to be the guy behind Mike Weiss once Mike graduated, and we didn't feel like we were going to miss out on a whole lot, and we certainly aren't. So Nick, and the thing with Nick too, he's getting better every game as well.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.